Were you not there when the nation was in so much depression? I heard the gunshots from far lands, the screams, God save us, God save us. Then I said to myself, this has been the African story. We share in their woes, but this should never happen in Ghana. Surprisingly, when I look at Ghana and the kind of vindictive politics we practice, I say to myself, this is not what we are supposed to be, but that's what we are trying to be. A cursory look at some of our politicians say a lot. It says that they are not focusing on what the nation wants to see. But if only we, the citizens, will rise up on our feet and shout, peace, cry out for peace, then they will see that we need something greater and better than what they are giving us. We need not cheat, because cheat will not employ us to a great feast. Well, I understand that they have very great initiatives, but can they make them more effective in their motive? Fellow Ghanaians, my heart beats at the rate at which we are belittling our peace and stability, all at the expense of winning power, at the very expense of the winner takes it all. Believe you me, if Mr. John Dramani Mahama should have a switch from the umbrella to the elephant, and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia have a switch from the elephant to the umbrella, I know that we Ghanaians will still wear our political lenses and vote for these figures, because we are not focusing on what the nation wants to see. Why? Ghanaians, why? Nyamani is not divided into two. It is one true love and peace that will make us win, because united we stand, but divided we fall. I see young and vibrant youth leave this nation in droves to search for greener pastures. Then I begin to question the future of this nation. What can the nation do without its youth? Just like Stoneboy, I ask you, Mr. Politician, tell me where you gonna run go after making our motherland a better place to live. In our national pledge, we promise on our honor to be faithful and loyal to Ghana, our motherland. You and I have a great responsibility. We pledge allegiance to our motherland and not some power-seeking, power-thirsty, power-drunk individuals. Ghanaians must learn to live in peace and not in pieces. Let's come together and make our nation better, bold, strong, and peaceful. Remember, before you became a member of a particular party, you have always been a member of a nation, Ghana. Yet I wish I had a magic wand to clear the scales of your eyes. So I, Efodela, vote for peace, and I expect you, and even you to also vote for peace.
know the enthusiasm is high. And then when you see your new parliamentary candidate here, you will be willing to hail him. Yes, we are saying, remain calm. Don't hail him yet. He's here to help us do the fight. So when he comes, remain at your post. He has come. The police officers will take his up, and then we will go in and make sure the right thing is done. Thank you very much.
Almost 1 a.m. We're just waiting for the official declaration. But all in all, barring any unforeseen circumstances, I'll be the new member of Parliament from Ayawaso West.
How does it feel like?
Great, because 24 years we've been looking for this seat, and we have all done a good job to be able to get this seat.
Your fans are here in the middle. What message do you have for them? As here for us.
Ayawaso West is about to be set.
So the green army has taken over the blue army?
Yes, definitely. As you can see.
Now they are saying John has done it is possible.
And no problem. Still a media.
The equality arrays us as a political party. What it means is that we are ahead of the Electoral Commission. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to declare. I'm going to mention what we have, and that is the final result from where we have. Now, there were 3 contestants. I'm talking of the parliamentary elections. There were 3 contestants, one from the MPP, one from the NDC, and another person, an independent candidate. Now, from the New Patriotic Party, Honorable George Mrekuduka, Onya, 27,404. Percentage-wise, Onya 35.96%. Oba Joycelyn Ando, independent candidate, Onya 12,903. Percentage-wise, Onya 16.93%. The winner, according to our results, the new MP elect, based on our collected final results, Honorable Sheikh Issa Salim Taylor. Results now. Onya 35,906. Percentage-wise, 47%. let you know that this is the results we are expecting the Electoral Commission to declare. The difference between George Mrekutuka and Honorable Issa Salvutela is 8,482. Difference is 8,482. So nothing can change this result. It's Yasramo. All they are waiting for is the EC to declare him the winner. It's the DJ.
I became extra security on the grounds, and I must say that most of what they plan to do failed because of the intervention of the security forces and how swiftly responded to some of the issues that we had raised. Originally, they had positioned themselves opposite the polling stations, and they were in groups wielding guns. But by the time the patrol went round, and the patrol was heavily armed, and they also came in their numbers. So by the time they reached those destinations, went down with the guys ran away. We don't actually know where they are now. Hopefully, we don't know where they have gone to. But I definitely will constantly for our complaint because a lot of things are happening which are criminal, and I believe that the next NDC administration will have to investigate them, and those who have to be prosecuted, particularly those who intentionally wanted to interfere with the elections, will make sure that they are prosecuted, and if they would have to face the consequences of the law, they make sure that they face the consequences of the law.
What are we doing first? English or Chi? English. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the press. This is Domi Kwabinya Constituency, and I am the Assistant Secretary for the New Patriotic Party. I think today is 9th. Going for an election, a general election, that is a presidential and parliamentary elections. Yesterday we were here, we were collating our results. The time has come, which is today, being Sunday. We are here with the EC and other political parties. So we do a summation of our results. Okay. Now we brought in our results, and some unscrupulous people booted away with our pink sheet. That is a statement of full office of the president and office of the member of parliament. Okay, aka pink sheet. They took it away, and in the full glare of the police were helpless. Right? They are here with guns, and these guys took our document, which belongs to the New Patriotic Party. They took it away, and they didn't cause any arrest.
Even a policewoman threatened our
Yes, even there is another policewoman threatening us to bring our pink sheet. I want to ask her a simple question. What is her motivation for saying that? So right now, our safety is not guaranteed. No, it is not guaranteed. These are documents that we are going to work. These are documents that we will be sitting before the Electoral Commission. So he declares us. We know that we have won.
So are these only your polling agents, or they include that of the NDC? And where were they? Which of the stations were they coming from?
Those who misbehave are the NDCs.
No, but I'm talking about those who came with the documents, because
they are Team New Patriotic Party in Dominica. Yes. They booted away with their documents. In fact, they handled one of them. It's called Isaac Amposa. You've seen that? Very good.
Where were they coming from, and why are they coming?
They were coming from our collation center, the party's collation center at the local level. So that was where
not a polling station.
Not a polling station, not at all. We had our own collation center where we were collating our figures.
So what's in that document? Were you trying to send them?
Statement of poll for office of the president and statement of poll of a member of parliament. The one we called pink sheet. These are the declaration result form, all right, given to us by the Electoral Commission.
But do you have a specific time you're supposed to present these things?
There is no specific rate of time. There's no period attached to it. Okay? So once you get your pink sheet, you should be able to collate at the at the, I don't know, you need to collate it as fast as possible, all right? There's no time frame. So the earlier you do it, you come to the commission. When the commission is ready, maybe you can fast track it in the next 30 minutes. But when the commission is not ready, you will not go for it.
But by the CI, this is the designated collation center. Why are you working with your own collation center?
No, that is our party. Our party has set up 8 collation centers, and there's no mistake setting up your own collation center. Okay. Now there's EC has also designated this place as a collation center,
which is recognized by law.
Yes. Well,
yes, please.
Yes, I will say yes, because the commissioner called me some time ago that they will be using this center. Okay, so yes.
So the pink sheet torn.
So the document you brought, does it contain a different figure from what
we've not seen the EC's figure? So why do you tell us a different figure, please?
Okay, yeah.
Did you see the EC's figure?
Okay, so what?
Has any figure been?
Okay, so I haven't seen the figure, but so what figure do you have now in your possession that you are about to present to me?
The figure we have is the figure that we received from the Electoral Commission from our various polling centers,
which is being collated here. The process is not complete yet. You're just telling us that
that is our patient for
guidance.
We are done with ours.
Okay, at the constituency.
So at the constituency. So when the commission is also done with they will call the various parties to come. So we do the summation, do the comparison, then we go. Yes.
Anyway, the security. I'm sure you spoke to security. Why you said your security wasn't granted? Did you speak to them why they did not protect your people?
They came here for a purpose, to protect lives and properties. Nothing more, nothing less. That is a period.
So what's the next action?
Yeah. The next line of action is that our documents are taken away. So we cannot continue this process. This is simple.
We saw the NBC's candidate come here. Her claim is that she's won the election. Are you accepting that?
No. Who declares? Who declared her?
Who won the election?
Is she responsible in declaring herself as the winner? It is solely the Electoral Commission of Ghana.
No, and even our figures tells us that we have won the election.
We have won this election.
But we did the collation ourselves, and that is why we have our documents. So if they are taking the documents away,
if they know that they have won, what is their motivation for them to come and waste our people away?
So now will you sign the EC's collation document?
My brother, what are we going to sign? Our documents have been taken away. What are we going to sign? There's nothing for us to sign.
Have you had any assistance from the police in recovery of...
No, they are here with guns. Another woman, another police officer, telling us that we should bring this. What is her motivation for telling us that?
You saw what happened?
You were here. You took your cameras. So some of these questions you shouldn't even be asking. But we're fine.
You saw the police officer saying that maybe I didn't see the police.
Okay, that is fine. She said it.
You know the police officer.
We know her.
Can you identify her?
Why not?
So now the NDC supporters are saying that they want the results declared now. The NDC supporters.
No, but how can you declare a result when your pink sheet that you are going to use to confirm whether it tallies with what the EC has been stolen away by that same party who claim they have won?
Because what we need,
you have evidence.
You wouldn't worry yourself snatching illegally, snatching somebody's pink sheet away.
Because we have.
What is Christmas with Judas? No.
Because we have.
Because for us in the New Patriotic Party, we will not do such a thing. But we are beyond that. You understand? We are beyond that.
Do you anticipate such occurrences, and what's your protocol in resolving them?
Why not? This is election. African election, Ghanaian election. Anything at all can happen. So we need to protect ourselves.
Right, but what's your resolution? What's your proposed resolution to this?
Yes, our proposed resolution is that we cannot continue because our documents are taken away. So we don't expect the commission to continue.
Yeah, but
what are we going to use as evidence?
Yes. By law, the EC could go ahead and do the declaration.
Which law?
But per the CI.
Which CI? Give me the regulation.
The CI 91.
No. So give me the regulation.
Yes,
if you are quoting the CI, you say CI.
I don't
Be
have
specific.
to. I'm telling you that.
No,
CI,
you are saying CI. CI what?
If you doubt me, you can.
No, CI what?
The CI.
Which CI?
If you are not sure with the CI, go straight to the question. Don't refer to the
So
CI.
which CI?
I'm talking about the CI 91.
Which CI 91? Which of the regulations tell us?
The Electoral Commission can go ahead and.
Your quality arrays us as a political party. What it means is that we are ahead of the Electoral Commission. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to declare. I'm going to mention what we have, and that is the final result from where we have. Now, there were 3 contestants. I'm talking of the parliamentary elections. There were 3 contestants, one from the MPP, one from the...
Welcome back. Those were some visuals from some of the constituencies from across the country. What happened throughout the night after collation and counting of ballots were made in those constituencies. A number of those videos show victories as well as some of the reactions from some of the constituencies. But let's go to the National Collation Center now. Mauli is our colleague who is at the National Collation Center. He's going to bring us updates from there. Mauli. Hello, Mauli. Good morning.
Yeah, so we're currently at the National Collation Center at the Electoral Commission headquarters. We've been here the whole of yesterday. We had a couple of press conferences from the Electoral Commissioners. A number of them spoke on a variety of issues, but most importantly, collation, the results that are supposed to trickle in at this specific National Collation Center are not yet in. There's a giant screen behind me where whichever results that comes in is supposed to show there, but from yesterday till this morning, none of the results have trickled in. But we have a lot of the fax machines, about 16 of them, and we've been told that these are the fax machines that are going to be transmitting the results from the Regional Collation Center to these 16 fax machines, and then they will be transmitted to the party agents right behind me. They would also make sure that those results are certified from their end before it moves to, there's a table, which is a white table there, where some officials will also do some certification of the results before it's now sent to the Electoral Commission chairperson, who will now certify them and then officially announce them.
So far, officially, I know that the EC has not announced any results, at least from where you are. Are you saying that no results have been sent from the regions to the National Collation Center yet?
For now, not that we know of. For now, we are looking at the official results. I know some of the parties have their own collation going on for them. They've been able to tabulate their own figures to know where exactly they stand, particularly with the presidential as well as the parliamentary as well. But for now, we haven't received any information of any of the parties represented here getting their own figures. But from what we've been told, the figures are going to be moving in from the Regional Collation Center, and then they'll be trickling into these fax machines right here, about 16 of them. The fax machine is going to now print out the results coming in from the Regional Collation Center. It will then be given to the party agent, and then they would do the cross-checking to make sure that the figures that they are receiving is also the same, because we have to do with the pink sheets, the signed pink sheets, so which is sort of like the certified results as well, before it now moves to the other end and then to the Electoral Commissioner, who now, but we're expected to be seeing some of the results on this giant screen. Since yesterday till this morning, none of the results. It's just the EC's logo that's been showing on that giant screen right there. But hopefully today we'll be able to get some results on that giant screen, which will be the provisional results that are trickling in from the Regional Collation Center.
Yesterday, between the NDC and the MPP, we heard how they were encouraging their members to moved to the National Collation Center. Did you see supporters of the two parties there, especially the NDC and MPP? Are they around?
For my checks yesterday, we were at the Regional Collation Center near the Arts Center, which is adjacent the National Lottery Authority. And we saw quite a number of supporters from both parties, particularly the NDC and the MPP, sort of just being there to monitor proceedings. It was a bit chaotic. Things were a bit chaotic at one point because they were finding it very difficult to move in the ballot boxes that were coming in from the polling stations, which had already been sorted and counted. So there was a little bit of some confusion there, but I think the security personnel were on hand to make sure everything or nothing untoward happened. It's just that there were just too many people there. So obviously, when you walk into a situation like that, you're going to be, you're definitely going to be feeling like it's quite chaotic as well.
That the results have not started coming in there, but do you have any indication? I mean, the polls have closed since yesterday, and the EC has also told us they are trying to do their best to announce this early. Can you just project from where you are and how things are going? Possibly, when can we have all these results coming in? What have you heard?
Unfortunately, I think it's a waiting game for us here at the National Collation Center. No one has given us any definite time frame where they will be seeing those numbers. It's just the press conferences addressing the beginning of polls, what's going on in certain constituencies, some of the anomalies they're experiencing. But when it comes to giving us timelines about when exactly we'll be seeing some figures show on that giant screen or will be received by the party agents or the electoral commissioner, as of now, I can't confirm that, or because we've not been given any indication whatsoever whether those figures will be coming and even at what time those figures will be coming. So for us here at the National Collation Center, it's a waiting game for us.
And finally, before I let you go, for the leading political parties again, and the NDC, the MPP, who are there? Do you have any familiar faces that are the National Collation Center? Have you been able to speak with any of them? Or how is their mood like?
For now, as of yesterday evening, before we left here, that was around 1 a.m., we saw representatives of Alan Tremantin, which is the Movement for Change. And we also saw Kofi Krantin, who is also the independent presidential candidate. And we also saw the reps from the GCPP, APC, as well as CPP. But funny enough, we've not been able to see any reps coming from either the MPP or the NDC. Their seats is just right here, but we've not had any representatives from them. But from what I know the former national chairman of the MPP, Peter McMahon, was here. I don't know how long he was here at this specific National Collation Center, but he spoke to the media briefly. He was actually asked about his chances for his party, and I think his response wasn't the best, I'm sure, particularly for his party members, because it didn't seem to impose some kind of confidence in what they were seeing. Yeah.
Molly, thank you very much. Molly is at the National Collation Center. Immediately the results start coming in, we'll come back to you there to get those numbers. All right, Patricia.
Okay, so we now have Kwabena Boateng joining us from the Eastern region. Hello, Kwabena. If you can hear me, how is day 2 looking like? Hello, Kwabena. How is day 2 looking like? Are the results ready? Can you tell us who is winning and who is losing?
Yeah, currently I'm still at the collation center at Fantiakwa North Constituency. Collecting the results since yesterday, and they haven't given us any information, but we are still waiting for the EC to finish collecting the results and give us the results. But what is happening here is I saw here. In fact, anyone inside the collation center cannot move outside, because anytime anyone comes out from the collation center, the people outside there will make sure they will beat that person very massively. Yeah, they will beat the person very massively. In fact, yesterday night, there were the military personnel were over just to take charge, but later they moved to their bases. And right now, as I'm talking to you, is the only police and the fire which is taking over now, and it's out of control. In fact, I shared some videos of what happened yesterday. Even I was in the life of people beating, and they took my 400 cities from me yesterday. So right now, everyone inside here at the collation center of Fantiakwa North, where to be precise, Presby Church Hall. In fact, no one is able to go out. We are all stuck inside here. For now, they've seized every process for now because one of their officers, police officer, went out and they beat him massively. So I think they've rushed him to the hospital. So the EC is now, I don't know what they are doing right now. And I can see the commander-in-chief. The commander here is making calls. I don't know whether he's calling the reinforcement team to come and help them or not. But for now, we are in Patakwa. Apart from that, we are still waiting for the EC. But whether you are a media person, unless you belong to one political party, that one, if you go out, you are safe. But if you belong to the media or the EC officials, they know you personally. When you go out, definitely we are going to beat up very, 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 very well.
Is it like the supporters from both parties that are beating the EC officials and the media? And then you also mentioned that they collected your money. Why?
Yeah, yesterday, whilst we are in here, I was feeling like I wanted to go to the washroom. So I decided to step down and go to the washroom. The time I was getting downstairs, then they tried, oh, no, they do not allow me to get down because I'm coming from the coordination room, which they will not allow me. So within that, they were trying to just touch me. In fact, they did that. They did that. Just the touch, it's not that easy. Touch a then I don't know, and I can't rectify or I can't point this or that. I think something is happening outside here. Let's just take a look. Just take a look. Just take a look. Just take a look outside here. Outside there, you can see what is going on. I'm trying to report. You can see another one, boys. It's not easy here. It's not easy here. It's not easy here. The police is taking everything, but it's not easy. It's not easy here at all. At Fantiakwa Collation Center, you can see them. It's not easy. It's not easy.
Are they beating someone again, or what's happening?
Please come again.
From the visuals you showed to us, it's a bit far. I want you to explain to us what's happening there. Is it the police escorting someone, or a media person has been assaulted, or an EC official has been assaulted? What's really happening?
I think an officer went out and they were trying to rush on him, but at least he's been protected. Yeah, he has been protected by the police officers. And in fact, we the media, then the EC officials, we are stuck here. We can't go out because the moment you go out, one political party will come on and beat you up. It's very far because I can't go out and take that visuals. Yesterday night, I was within the police personnel, then I was able to take some visuals for you. But as it is right now, if I even go out, they even throw stones at me. So we are in right now with the EC officers, as you can know. They complain. We have police officers here, which they have been complaining about the situation at hand. They are saying since yesterday they have been eating. If they try to send someone to go and get them food to, that person will be beaten up. It's very pathetic here. It's very pathetic here.
Actually, it's so wrong. This is so wrong. Because you are doing your job. What is happening? Security, are they calling for reinforcement or what?
Yeah, I can see the commander here is making some calls. I don't know whether he's calling the reinforcement again as he did yesterday night or yesterday night. I don't know, but I can see he's doing some calls with his men. And as you can see, the EC officials in here, they are very worried. You can see them. They are very worried. Everything is seized for now. Everything is seized for now in here because what they are saying, they can't correlate the result.
if they're willing to share some information. Can you walk to any of them and talk to them? Okay, I think we lost Kwabena there. Kwabena is reporting from Fantiakwa. And we've been joined on the line again, Frank. Frank is from the Eastern region. Hello, Frank.
Hello, good morning.
For us today.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Frank. I can hear you.
I am currently at the College of Education in the Bono East region. Specifically, I'm in the Atebo Amantin constituency. As you can see behind me, we are still doing the collation. I think out of about 188 polling stations, we have done about 150 polling stations. We have about 38 to go. Generally, in the Atebo Amantin constituency, the atmosphere has been calm. We have not recorded any skirmishes or whatsoever. It's just we are just enjoying the commandeering in the room and surroundings. There's nothing on top to report. That's the general situation here. We are trying to see and we are hopeful that maybe within 2 or 3 hours time, the EC will finish the official collation so that we can declare, they can declare the results.
For the EC to give us the general announcement, what are some of the results that have come in so far? And then the presidential.
I don't know whether you are talking about votes from some parts of the Bono East region. As I speak currently, the only certified results I can speak to is the voting results from the Pro-East region, Pro-West constituency. And the Pro-West constituency, I think the NDC has been able to snatch the seat from the MPP. Originally, it's a seat that has been held by the NDC for some time now. But during the 2020 elections, the MPP was able to make some gains and took the seat. But strangely, the NDC has come back strongly and taken the seat back. As I speak now, when you come to the Bono East region, that is the official result that has been released. The rest, collation is still ongoing. Techman South is not out. North is not out. Pro-East is not out, Atibubu is not out. So we are waiting and keeping our fingers crossed. We don't want to speculate. We are just waiting for the EC to come out the official results so that we can put that out.
And Frank is our correspondent from the Bono East region. Abrantapa.
Yes.
Hello.
Quite some disturbing news coming in from Fantiakwa.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very worrying, especially when I'm struggling to understand why anyone would attack people from the collation center. Like, for what reason? Because you don't even know why I am there. And in as much as we are not encouraging any violence of a sort, you cannot just pounce on anyone that comes out of the building. You understand?
And it's the same thing from yesterday. Goes to the heart of what happened to our colleague Henry when he went to. Because someone is doing their work and then for no reason they are assaulted. I just don't get it.
All right, well, we'll come back to this. Let's go to Ablekuma Central. Our colleague Elsie Lama is on. Hello, Elsie. Good morning. How are you doing and how is Ablekuma Central?
I'm doing well. Ablekuma Central we are currently at the collation center. They are still putting together the votes for the parliamentary. They are almost done. But it seems that the NDC MP, which is the incumbent, Abdul Latif Dan, is leading with 45,000 votes. And then his opponent, Jefferson Saki, is currently having about 30,000 or 32,725 votes. So we are here still counting. That is for the parliamentary alone, but the presidential is yet collated.
You're right. The parliamentary results have been declared.
No, they haven't declared yet, but they have showed us the pink sheet.
What is the security situation there?
Oh, so right now, everybody is calm. The party agents are outside. They've been waiting outside all night long. In fact, they brought their beds from home, sleeping outside. The incumbent MP himself was here. He slept here with all of us. So, yeah, everything is calm for now.
Is there anything to report apart from these?
Come again.
Is there any other report you could give us apart from these two?
No, there's no other reports, but any moment from now, they'll be declaring the parliamentary candidate, the MP for this area, the MP elect for this area.
So as and when they are ready for the declaration, we'll come back to you for that. Over to you, Eche.
Well, let's go to Ewutu Senya East right now and speak with Mandy. Mandy Ajiman. Hi, Mandy. Good morning.
So I'm currently at Ewutu Senya East constituency. We are the central where the constituency collation is ongoing, and the results are still being collated by the EC officials. They are still on the presidential, and they are yet to go on the parliamentary results as well. And the special voting count is also yet to begin. So as you can see, supporters of the party, which is NDC, Phyllis Na Hoyo Okuno, are around, and they are in high spirits, hoping that their candidate will be declared or she will emerge as winner at the end of the day. So we'll be speaking to some of them, and we will find out from them their expectations and how they are feeling currently. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, madam.
So,
English. But English,
no problem. No problem. At the end of today.
At the end of today, the no I say any no na try because try say easy for baby catch say the no vote na no MP no na koyo we need that nim say we need but try say omuna di bibia say omon say try say omo baby catch enti na won say for bua try enu pe na try because enye bibia na try wa o aha the enye no the nim say anye but try omo say omo mai go ahead and say yenko chile yenko bole aha enu na wa no
then ama mo nya sa arehemu confidence no
nimejuma ye within 4 years ya ye juma ya boy juma 4 years yenda anaju yenda ewia yenda ye boy juma enti ye nim say ye ne beba ene nyame ye de nyame asise wa ma na akoyo okasua otu kenya enti
So, Abantepa, as you can see, these are the current scenes in front of the collation center at the Central East Regional Police Headquarters in the Ewutu Senya East constituency. The supporters are in high spirits. They are still massing up in their numbers at the premises of the police headquarters, hoping to receive good news about their candidate. Currently, the contest is keenly contested between Phyllis Napoyo.
Mandy, if you can hear me, I know that place is a little noisy right now, the noise from the supporters of the NDC. But if you can hear me, do you have any figures to share with us at all? What do you have from that constituency? All right, thank you very much. Mandy there, those are some very, very excited members of the NDC in the Utu Senya East constituency. They are already hopeful that their candidate is going to be the next MP for that area. Those have been some reports from across some of the constituencies where our reporters are currently based at. So guys, this morning we are getting results. At least for what's clear now is we are seeing a number of the MPs being declared. I mean, elections of members of parliament or parliamentary candidates. Those are being declared for now. So that's quite interesting. And then, well, as for the presidency, we know until the EC starts to get those results.
Quite expected. Quite expected. And I mean, it's good to note that there are some places where, you know, supporters are only excited and hoping to hear the wins, unlike the others where, you know, people are being assaulted and all that. I think that it will not change anything. At the end of the day, the voting has ended. Results have been announced at the polling centers. What happens at the collation center is just a summary of all the results. So, you know, supporters should calm down.
Okay. So, Principal, we've been joined online by Isaac. Isaac is reporting from Clote. Isaac, if you can hear me, what's happening?
Okay, good morning, Patricia. Good morning to everyone in the studio.
Okay.
I'm reporting from the Ayawaso West constituency.
Hi, Isaac.
Specifically the... Yeah. Sorry, can you hear me?
Isaac, if you can hear me, any updates?
Patricia, can you hear me? Okay, so if I should continue, I'm reporting from the Ayawaso West constituency at the University of Ghana, specifically the University of Ghana, where we're having a quite intense battle between the NDC candidate John Demelo and the candidates Mali Alasan. Now, yesterday's elections was quite eventful. Apparently, there was low voter turnout on campus, but the major highlight of the nights, or the major highlight of the elections, was at the night where you could say that John Demelo swept out most of the polling stations, leading by a large majority at most of the polling stations. Now, what happens? Now, what are the climax of it, however, was at the collation center, which was marred by certain events. First off, we had cases of a large crowd of NDC supporters. Also, we also had cases of where some police stations or some polling officials or electoral officials couldn't find their way into the stadium due to the large crowds. But eventually, what really caught the eye of the public, or really caught the eye of the news, was a case where some people had attempted smuggling some ballot boxes into the collation center, despite ballot boxes already being sent to the collation center. So if you were here yesterday, I reported a case whereby an individual was picked up after attempting to smuggle 2 ballot boxes into the center, and those boxes were destroyed with the ballot papers all over. So if I should show you some, you could see pictures of some ballot boxes, some ballot papers on the floor. These are allegedly some of the ballot papers that were destroyed yesterday, which were supposed to be illegal, apparently. So some people who destroyed them claim that these papers were unstamped and that these boxes were illegal, basically, to say that. But anyway, let me speak to an NDC supporter who has been a student who was also who has been following the elections and was even here with me throughout the night. Let me see if I can switch to him right now. Hi, good morning. So give me your name and your credentials, and basically what you went through throughout yesterday, throughout the night this morning.
So my name is Ni Afuti, a level 400 student, a former SRC first deputy electoral commissioner, and also a strong member of the NDC. So prior to the election, we were all scared that my leader would definitely come to campus and she would use money to coerce the students votes for her. So we took it upon ourselves and we went to the rooms of our classmates, we went to the rooms of our friends, and we encouraged them that, and we told them the need for them to vote. Because this vote is not about NDC, it's not about MPP, but it's about safeguarding the interests of Ghanaian. And also to it that she can stay in power for 8 years, and then at the last hour, bring us to, in the name of supporting the vulnerable. In fact, we pay over 5,000, over 6,000 for school fees and accommodation fee. Is it Kibo Gary our parents cannot buy for us? Is it 5 kg rice? I mean, our parents cannot afford to give us. So yesterday we took it upon ourselves as students to vote massively for the NDC and the NDC parliamentary candidates. So this is how we do it. All the halls, all the residential halls are police stations. And we had reps in all these halls. And we made sure that all our reps in all the various halls were active and working to make sure that the Ghana majority of the vote, all being so good, we want all the police stations on campus. And at that point, I also told and advised my people that yes, it is not over until those votes are recorded and are collated at the collation center.
Wait, so let me put this straight. You were with us throughout the night. Kindly take us through some of the events that happened throughout the night and what led to some ballot boxes being destroyed.
So after we have led the returning officer and the polling agents to come to the collation center to, take the results to the collation center, we stood outside the collation center trying to police the building, ensuring that we will intercept any smuggled ballot papers. And lo and behold, in fact, I can say yesterday we had student police and Ghana Police Service. At the point, I believe we helped the Ghana Police Service to do their work because they couldn't be everywhere. And most of them, I would say, they didn't know all the connections on campus. But since we've been here for 4 years, some of us for 3 years, and most of the students who were carrying these staff ballot papers were actually our classmates. Some are our roommates. So we only sit there for such people to intimidate us. So they are not men than us. So we did our best to destroy all those ballot papers and ensure that they did not have a way to smuggle some of these ballot papers and even the pink sheet to the collation center. And we know that we've done a good job.
Yeah. But let me ask, what led to these boxes being destroyed? Was there any issue about them?
So the truth is that what created the attention and the agitation was that voter hall is just a stone throw from the business school, which is the collation center. And this returning officer and the purported agent says they were coming from a voter hall police station. That's at 12 a.m. Should I say? Yes, 12 a.m. And I was like, no. Even J. Nelson, which is very far from the collation center, have their ballot papers and ballot box here. Legon Hall, Ivandi, all do have their ballot papers here. How much more voter hall, which is just a stone throw? This is not voter hall's result. Where did you get the result from? So out of the agitation, some of the students opened the ballot box and we realized that yes, we had the ballot papers in, but they were not stamped. And they were all printed in voted for Lydia, and Paumia said, no way, this is not going to end up. And we threw it away. There's the other students who just destroy it. So that's what went on.
And what was the reaction of the police to all these events that happened yesterday?
But the police, I think the police also realized that we were helping them to secure the credibility of the elections in Ayawaso West. Because whatever allegation you raise, we even present to them that, okay, this is the ballot box we destroyed, and these are the ballot papers that was in the ballot box. So they also knew that, well, we're not here to cause confusion, but here to please and protect our vote, as John Mahama said we should do.
Okay. So lastly, you have been here throughout the night up to this morning. What are you expecting from today?
I'm expecting that the EC or the the returning officer, the EC will declare John Mahama as the winner of this constituency and John Dumelo as the next MP for Ayawaso West Walk.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so you're there, a student and a fervent NDC supporter who has been at the Coalition Center since yesterday, throughout the night, spent throughout the night with me, and been awake actually. As you can see, we've all been awake and following the proceedings of the elections. Now, concerning the coalition, counting is still ongoing. As for the presidential, at least, so last I checked, there were about 80 police stations left to be collated. But from what I could see, the NDC, which consists of John Mahama and John Dumelo, have been in the lead. I can't provide actual numbers right now, but we can but I can say for certain that they happen to be in the lead. So far, there seems to be about 80 polling centers left to be collated before moving on to the parliamentary coalitions. That's it for the Ayawaso West constituency.
Thank you very much, Isaac. Isaac is reporting from Ayawaso West. And as we promised, our team will be working, or let's say they're working tirelessly to ensure you stay informed on every happenings around. And now I'm handing over to...
Right, so we have Stella Sogli at Collation. Stella, good morning. How are things there? Hello, Stella, good morning. Stella. Okay, so unfortunately, we seem not to hear from Stella. As and when we are able to reconnect, okay, so I understand Stella is back. Hello, Stella, good morning. What can you report?
Okay, so as you can see from my background, a large crowd just entered the Collation Center. And apparently the incumbent MP, that's Senator Ajman Rollins, just came to take a seat to witness the entire process. And so she's being guarded by party faithfuls, and they're all here cheering her on. But before I move closer to speak to her, from last night, we have been here waiting for the collation of the results, which is yet to be done. Speaking to some of the EC officials, they tell me that they are still inputting the data. At some point, about 4 a.m. at dawn, they had some challenges with the system, but that has been resolved. And then they are continuing to collect the data. And so I'm trying to get space to be able to maneuver my way around into the crowd. When I'm able to do so, I'll put the Honorable MP on and take her thoughts on the entire process and what she makes of it so far.
Okay, so you get closer to her. Let's see what else you can get. So on your screen, some people at the Collation Center, some in NPP t-shirts or colors, awaiting the NDC colors, awaiting the declaration of the results over there. And our colleague Stella Sogli is there to give us more reports for a bit of a history in that constituency, how the voting pattern has been. The NDC has always won that seat. It's an NDC stronghold since 1996. The NDC has won that seat in 2000, in 2004. The NPP became more competitive under the John Ejikunkufo tenure, but the NDC retained its dominance over there. In 2008, the NDC won again with their candidate garnering strong support from the cosmopolitan and densely populated areas. In 2012, the NDC retained the seat with Dr. Zaneto Rollins contesting. Okay, right. So Stella is back with an update. Hello, Stella.
Yes, I can hear you. And so we've been trying to get the MP to speak to us, but she says she wants to take her time and just observe for now, and she'll speak to us once the results are finally collated. But as it stands now, it doesn't look quite encouraging at all. The process has taken too slow. We've been here for over 8 hours, and most of the results still read pending on the EC spreadsheets, the system that they are using for to input the results so far. And so the people are agitated. You know, I'm currently in Koleklote, and it's predominantly a Ga community. And so once in a while you hear someone coming in to give one blast. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. So that has been the general mood around here. It hasn't been exactly very calm as you would expect for people to just sit and observe. They've been expressing their frustrations with the system. They say that they really want to get to go and continue their business, but this process is taking so long, to the extent that we haven't had any certified results whatsoever of any form. But as let me just quickly show you the mood over here. High hopes, they were jubilating. They were saying that they were in a comfortable mood. And I honestly do not know how they came about that conclusion, but so far that has been how they've been misbehaving. Just like you can see on your screen right now, they are expressing their frustrations, and the people following the honorable member of parliament, I beg your pardon, are cheering her on, giving her hope that they think that the elections will go in their favor.
Reporter Stella reporting from Koleklote, a constituency that is a stronghold of the NDC. Hand over to Eche Asisu.
Because we have James. James is at Ayawaso West. Good morning, James. James. Good morning, James. The struggle hearing James, but James is supposed to be bringing us a report from Ayawaso West. So we've been around. We've been to we've been to Koleklote, Ewutu Senya East. We've been to the Eastern region, and we are back. Let's go back and try if we can get James now. James, good morning.
Hello.
Is going at Ayawaso West. Do you have any figures you can share with us?
Hello, can you hear me?
I was asking, do you have any figures you can share with us from Ayawaso West?
All right, okay. So currently I'm at Odogono Senior High, the Ayawaso West Constituency Collation Center. As at yesterday around 2 o'clock, there was a misunderstanding where some of the returning officers are now bringing around 2:30. They are now bringing their pin sheet for collation, which NPP supporters around the police station said they won't understand. They won't take the pin sheet. So it brings a lot of misunderstanding and fight. And around 4 o'clock a.m. also, some individuals also brought their pin sheet for collation, which with the help of the security personnel, they intervene and rescue the guy, because it's not a small thing between the two parties at the collation center here at Ayawaso West constituency. This constituency, they are still collecting the results, but they said it contained or it involved 300 police stations. 300 police stations. So far, 7 are invalid. 7 police stations are not validated or they're not valid. So for those 7, they are not accountable or they can't count its amount. So 11 so far, 11 we are waiting for the results to be declared or projected before we know our stand so far, so that we can share it with our viewers and our listeners. So far, that is the situation.
How about
so far.
the...
So this morning, I realized that
James, can you hear me?
Population reduced small as compared to yesterday in the evening, and when they are bringing in the materials after the voting.
I'm trying to find out, how about the candidates? Have you been able to spot any of the candidates in that constituency?
Please, I can't hear you clearly.
Have you spotted any of the candidates of the political parties in that constituency? Those running for parliament, have you seen them? Have you been able to interact with them? How do they look like?
All right, okay, so this is the situation on the ground. Now, these are the supporters around so far, waiting for the result to be declared. And around in the evening, around 9 a.m., Tobin was here with his people, claiming or jubilating victory, saying that he knows that victory belongs to him. So by all means, he is supposed to be declared as a winner for this 2024 election.
The security situation there, what's the situation like? You said everything seems to be okay, but I mean, have you seen policemen there? How is that?
I can't get you. Please come again. Yes, sir. I can.
James, I was asking, what's the security situation like there?
Oh, this morning the situation was calm. The situation is calm as compared to yesterday and this dawn. This morning, I think the situation on the ground so far is calm.
Thank you very much. We'll come back to you much later when the results start coming in. So thank you very much. That was a report from Ayawaso West. All right, Patricia.
Okay, so we have Thomas Tete
All right,
online
okay.
now.
Thank you so
Thomas.
much. So if anything,
Hello, Thomas.
We'll keep our so if anything, we will.
Thomas, if you can hear me, can you update us as to what's happening in your constituency?
Yes.
Thomas, if you can hear me, I'm asking for update from what you're reporting.
Yes. I am in the second term constituency. Currently, I'm at the collation center where the results from the various polling stations are being collated. And right from 8 p.m. last night, I thought I came here. I am still here waiting that the Electoral Commission will announce the 262 polling stations plus the special voting, so that we know who is winning. In fact, when you go on the grounds and the police station results we have received, the NDC candidate in the Takansoye is leading, Salifu Isatela. He is leading. However, because the EC has not declared, and moreover, because the results are yet to be put together, they are yet to finish, we cannot say that the NDC has won. But all that I can tell you is that the NDC is leading the collation results that we have so far. For now, they have collated more than 100, more than 200 polling stations. It's left with about 30 of the polling stations for them to finish all the 263 polling stations. Then we can declare the winner for Tafa and Said. Last night, when I got here around 8 p.m., people had massed up in front of the community center to cheer up their candidate, Issa Taylor, because per the police station results and where everybody was, they saw that the NDC was leading in the election. And so it gave them that particular right to come to the community center where the collation was going to be done, so that they could come and see how things are going so far. So for now, I can tell you that we are all geared up, waiting to get all the results from the police stations collated so that we can give the final results to our listeners and our viewers.
Any reports of violence?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. There has not been any report of any violence whatsoever. The atmosphere is very calm. Last 4 years, we didn't have it easy as this. Last 4 years, the security was very tight. We have military men all over. But this year, everything is smooth. This year, we are free as pressmen. We have no issue with any security official whatsoever. The only challenge I faced last night, if you could remember, I sent it on the page, asking informing you that some security man is asking of an accreditation to the police station. Apparently, that security man was not well informed. He didn't really know what was happening. And so he later came to apologize to me that he didn't know that was it. So I told him he should be updated, because that particular communique had come long before we even had the election, that media men do not need special accreditation for the collation center. And so apart from that one, which was a minimal thing, I don't even call it an issue. It's not an issue. It was just that the security man was not informed, and that is how come he did that. Then later he came back apologizing. Apart from that, we have not received any violence whatsoever in the Takwan constituency. Let me also add that the special aid to the incumbent MP, George Mekuduka, Wisdom Kumashi, he has gone on his Facebook page congratulating the NDC for winning the 2024 elections. And for him, he feels that this is a good one for the NDC. And the MPP is going to come back in 4 years to come and take back their seat. And he made it clear that there's not going to be any chaos whatsoever anywhere. And for me, I see this one as maturity from his side. He coming to tell people that though we have lost, there's not going to be any violence whatsoever. I think that is a good one, and it is quite commendable.
So it has been generally peaceful in Takwa and Suem. And as according to Thomas TT, NDC is leading. We have Barbara on the line, and I believe you take that.
Yes. Barbara is reporting from Medina. Hello, Barbara. Good morning. What is happening at Medina?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hear you.
Oh, okay. So far it has been so good. It has been a very peaceful electoral process. For every single polling station that I went to, they were well organized. There was heavy security presence, and people just, followed due processes. Apart from the fact that when lawyer Sosu came to the collation center, he mentioned that somewhere around Adenta commandos, sometimes try to track the people. I haven't heard of that from any other source. So apart from what he said, that has been the situation. But the entire process has been peaceful as far as I am concerned. Now, I am currently at the collation center, and I have been here since 5:30 p.m. yesterday. And, they've brought the ballot boxes from all the police stations around. That is over 500. And as at now, they still haven't released the results yet. They are saying that they are going to do that in a few minutes. So that's what I am waiting for now. But everybody is here, security is here, the process has been smooth.
Constituency that has been the NDC stronghold since 2004, that's between 2004 and 2012. NPP came and gained control from Alhaji Amadu Bukari Sorogo in 2016 when Alhaji Abubakar Siddiq Boniface won the election in 2000. NDC regained the seat through Francis Sosu, who defeated Sadiq Boniface. So we see whether or not he'll be able to retain the seat. I'm told there's Daniel on the line, and Eche will take over that interview.
Yeah, so that's Daniel Kaku. Daniel Kaku is going to give us an update also from where he is. Daniel, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Hello, Daniel.
Hello.
Okay, Daniel, give us a report from where you are. What's happening at where you are this morning? What's the situation like? Who is winning? Who is losing?
Okay, good morning to listeners and viewers of GhanaWeb TV. Currently, I'm at Aguna Kwanta NCC office in Ayawaso West Constituency in the Western region. I came here yesterday evening around 8 p.m. What is happening now is that the EC, the return officer for the district EC boss for this constituency, is yet to announce the certified results. But as a media person, my information is that the opposition NDC party is leading the race in Ayawaso West, both the presidential and the parliamentary. Come again.
What you have says that the NDC candidate is leading, but what's delaying the announcement of who has won in that constituency? Why hasn't it been declared yet? You say you've been there since around 8 p.m. last night. Why is the declaration not been done yet, especially for the parliamentary candidate?
Yeah, actually, the EC has not given us, the EC board has not given us any information about why the delay. But as I said, since yesterday, the NDC supporters have been in the premises of the police center. They have been shouting, singing, dancing, doing a lot of songs and they have been calling on the EC to declare the results so that they can go home. As I speak to you now, the candidate for the NDC, the parliamentary candidate, is already in the house. She came around, let's say, 4 a.m. So he's in the house. But the NPP candidate is not yet in the house. So you are waiting for the EC to declare the result. When you come here, the security is very tight. I have to recommend the security. They have done a human job. They have been professional. They have controlled the NDC crowd. Because when you come here, the crowd here is not easy at all to contain. The seat here belongs to the MPP. They won it in 2020. And I think 2012, the NDC won it. The late Abuaje won it. Then the seat came back to the MPP. So let's say from 2016 to 2020, the seat has been the MPP seat. So this is the first time, since 2012, this is the first time the NDC is winning it. So when we come here, all the people that you see here are all NDC members. You can all see any MPP supporter here. They have gone home. So they are waiting patiently for the EC boss to declare the result. But as I said, look on the board. Look on the board, the NDC parliamentary candidate is leading, and John Mahama too is also leading. But you cannot declare the result by the loss of this country. Only for us to wait for the EC to declare the result. But when you come here, the place is now quiet now. The constituency chairman of NDC has spoken to the supporters to come. So they have sent the car away. So when you come here, you can count about 200 supporters here. But since yesterday, the number was huge, but right now it has reduced. The calm have been restored at the premises of when you come to Ayawaso.
All right, Daniel, do you have at least any provisional results you can share with us? Any provisional numbers you can share with us?
Yeah, they have. I think they have finished down with the presidential one. When they finished, the media went there to take some pictures. They said you should wait, but I saw Dr. Baumia getting 18,000 plus. Then Jomama also getting 23,000 plus. So this is what I saw on the board. But they are saying that they have to wait. They have to wait with the what do you call it down with the parliamentary before they can declare both results. But what I saw on the board, and I took a snap of it, is that the MPP parliamentary presidential candidate had 18,000 plus. Then Jomama also had 23,000 plus.
Very much. Daniel Kaku is in the Ayawaso West constituency of the Western region, bringing us updates on what is happening there. Patricia, what's happening?
We move to Tema East, where my colleague Ishmael Batoma is ready to give us update. Hello, Ishmael. Update. Batoma, if you can hear me, can you update us as to what's happening at Tema East?
I'm currently at the Education Center for Tema East constituency, the Our Lady of Mercy Secondary School, and we are in the Collation Center itself, and this is the process going on so far. So far, as you can see, there is a table where we have EC officials, and then party agents. So what happens here is that the EC officials will announce the results of pink sheets they have, and then the party officials with their pink sheets will also confirm the results, and they all take note of it. After this process, the pink sheets are taken to this side of the ECT, who will input the numbers to the screen you see above. So this is the process that we are seeing so far. So so far, what the figures we received are for the presidential election for the constituency, and the EC officials have so far compiled results of 128 polling stations out of 237 polling stations in the Tema East constituency, and the results are as follows. The presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, so far has 11,018 votes. The presidential candidate for Nati has 12 votes. Then the presidential candidate for Christian Kwabena Andrews has 34 votes. The presidential candidate for LPG, Kufia Palu, has 5 votes. The presidential candidate for the National Democratic Party has Mohamed Senkope, has 1 vote. Then that of the CPP, Nana Akosha Nkrumah, has 151 votes. Then the presidential candidate for the opposition, the largest opposition party, the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, has so far 19,642 votes. So from the figures we have so far that the EC has put together, Mahama is leading by more than 7,000 votes. So these are the figures we have for this constituency. For the parliamentary elections, the EC has not confirmed any figure yet, but the team for the contender for the National Democratic Congress, the incumbent member of parliament, Isaac Shai Odumke, has said that he has won the seat. He himself was here in the morning around 4 p.m. and he stated that the figures they have show that he has won the seat. Not only has he won the seat, but the presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress his party will form the government in waiting. So this is what we have for this constituency. We also have updates from the neighboring constituency, the Tema Central constituency, where the presidential results have been declared for this constituency. The NPP, the presidential candidate for the NPP has garnered 17,644 votes. That of the NDC, Dramani Mahama, has 19,356 votes. LPG has 6 votes. GUM has 29 votes. APC has 13 votes. CPP has 30 votes. GCPP has 8 votes. And NDP has 2 votes. Then independent candidate Kofi Quantin has 10 votes. George Sung has 3 votes. Then Newport Na Bediako has 611 votes. Alan Chamantin has 155 votes. Rejected ballots for the Tema Central constituency, 219 votes. The total ballot cast for that constituency was 38,086. So for the presidential election for the Tema Central constituency, John Dramani Mahama has been declared the winner for that constituency. And information we have is that the parliamentary candidate of the NDC for that constituency, actress Lady Bright, is in a lead, but we don't know how comfortable that is. So far, this is the update we have.
Batoma, and that's my colleague Batoma, Ishmael Batoma, reporting from Tema East. And as we all know, Tema East is known to be a safe seat for the ruling New Patriotic Party, as the party has won 6 out of the 8 elections held under the Fourth Republic from 1992 to 2020. We'll still be standing by for more updates from our colleagues on the field. But now we have to go onto social media. Eche and Abranepa.
Well, you know, there are people who are trending, actually.
Yeah.
There are people who are trending for obvious reasons. The usual suspects, Mama, Baumia, are trending big time. You go everywhere, people are posting. In fact, all our feeds are either green or blue, depending on what you're seeing. But one very interesting thing, and I'm loving what I'm seeing, and I think Thomas mentioned that, for instance, to concede and congratulate the other side.
Yeah.
Even from incumbent MPs, you would see either they themselves have made posts or their aides of the sort. Like Thomas mentioned, the aide for the MP for Takwan Swam, that's Duka, actually has gone on social media to congratulate the NDC. Of course, he had to add a little twist in there to say that he hopes you see how the next 4 years goes, but they'll bounce back. But that's not the only one I have seen. There have been quite a number of other posts like that. In fact, some well-known MPP people are also making posts like that, congratulating the other side. Again, we don't know how this is all going, because you go to the EC website, there's no update for now.
It's true.
So we are just going with what we're seeing. But at least for Parliament, we see that a number of people have been declared. Hopefully by midday, it should be actually very clear.
Right. There's no updates on the EC website, but when you go to www.GhanaWeb.com, you get some updates there. And I mean, Family A Plus has won the Gomwa Central seat,
Independent, eh?
Yes,
an independent
candidate. You
Wow.
know, it used to be Rahapo in 2012, then NPP's Nana Eya won 2016, 2020, and she was hoping to retain. But A Plus is the one who has won the election in that particular constituency. So you go to GhanaWeb.com, you have, you know, some of these results. Of Kwasi Ayebi, Honorable
Upon
Nkrumah has also won, has been retained, you know, and that's a constituency that I mean, it's known to be an NPP seat as well. From 2005 to 2016, David Oponkusi was the NP. 2016, then, you know, NPP won the seat again. We're also getting indication that the second Deputy Speaker of Parliament, that's the MP for Formina, has also retained his seat. Remember, he was an NPP NP. Then last 4 years he went independent and he won. Actually, one of the seats that led to the 4 vacant seat controversies, and he had to come back to NPP, and now we are getting indication that he has also won his seat. So quite a number of results. When you go to Asante Achem North, and Apia Frimpong has lost the seat as an independent candidate, or Kwame Frimpong snatches the seat. Quite an interesting thing there. He had 26,926 votes, beating the incumbent Andy Apia Kubi 8,000. Now look at that.
8,000?
Huge.
That's Andy Apia Kubi.
Yes, 8,933.
Wow.
And the NDC candidate Kofi Asamoah secured 2,469. Now, I am very much concerned about the gap. 26,000 as against 8,000, and this is an independent candidate.
Yeah. One of the loudest people in this parliament. He was quite loud in the sense that he used to even go up against his own party. Somebody says he was the Kennedy Ejapon clone in parliament, and this is huge.
Big news coming in. Katie Hammond has been kicked out of parliament by NDC's Godwin Alimli. And this is how it went down. Godwin had 14,229, whilst Katie Hammond had 13,275. So the Anse Asukwa seat is now, I beg your pardon. Right. So on that note, we go to NDC's Collation Center, Electoral Commission. I beg your pardon. The EC is having its first press conference for the day, and so we cross over to have that press.
Once received, the results are also collated in the full view of the party agents who are here with us, and a copy given to each agent present. The results from the National Collation Center are also posted at the National Collation Center. Once this is done, the returning officer for the presidential election, in the person of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, declares the winner of the presidential election. For the information of the general public, as we speak, no results have been received at the National Collation Center. And I repeat, no results have been received at the National Collation Center from the regions. Our feedback from the field is that the results are trickling in to the regional collation centers. Hence, our inability to publish these results at the National Collation Center. We want to assure that as we receive the results, region by region, they will be published. We urge all citizens to exercise patience and follow the EC's periodic announcement. We will keep you updated as we have done over the past 24 hours. We also call on both our permanent and temporary officials across the country, particularly the constituency collation centers, to stand firm and carry out their duties as expected of them. We also urge the agents of the political parties to cooperate with our staff to ensure the smooth transmission of results at both the constituency and regional levels.
Electoral services. On this note, the update for this morning comes to an end. We'd like to thank you very much for coming, and we usher you back to the NCC. Thank you very much. Bye.
Votes. Representing 49.9% of the total valid votes cast. Total valid votes in the constituency, 32,016. Rejected ballot in the parliamentary election, 459. Total vote cast for the election, 32,475. Ladies and gentlemen, by the powers vested in me as the returning officer for the Officer Unity Constituency, it is my singular honor to declare Padu Opon Kroma the Member of Parliament elect for Officer Unity Constituency.
Who has participated in the process. The EC, in most cases, postured themselves as though they were doing Ghanaians a favor. Because, I mean, if you're running an election that is as important as this one, you shouldn't be hearing stories like no vehicle to convey ballot boxes, such that unregistered vehicles will be used to convey. Ghanaians must be concerned that when we allocate budget to state institutions, they are supposed to discharge them. I'm happy you describe it as good and not excellent, but I would push for excellence. So let's leave it at that. But what I'm saying is that the EC, for example, you go to the polling stations when the turnout is low, and EC officials are looking up to politicians to rake in the numbers. Whose responsibility is it to educate the public and to ensure that elections are taken seriously? And the mandate that the government gets is from the majority of the people. I want to always see a minimum turnout of 75%. Then I'll know the decision of the people is holistic. But let's leave it at that. As I praise them for organizing this election, of course, the NDC has also shown its preparedness because our collation system has been solid. And I'm happy that we had a foundation document, which is the pink sheet, and there can be no other figure apart from the pink sheet that we have. And so I want to commend them for, but I'm wondering why up to now the media houses are not projecting as they used to do. I'm wondering why EC itself have not even come to give us the provisional figures, either midway or whatever they have. But that said, I still know that we have the original document from which we have collated our figures, and I'm sure Ghanaians are well aware that the next government is the government of John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
We are still here at the collation center at the Central East Regional Police Headquarters inside Kaswa, in the Wutusenya East constituency, and collation is still ongoing. Officials are inputting the numbers. The special voting is yet to be counted and sorted as well. As you can see, people are still here. Mostly party agents and executives are still here. Some supporters are still around, trying to find out what is happening. The collation is ongoing in the building, and there are many security presence and media as well, also overseeing the process. And hopefully in the middle of the day or later on in the day, the results the full results will be announced. And currently, the contest is very tough between Phyllis Na Koyo Okuno of the NDC and the Member of Parliament Hawa Kumsin of the NPP. So this is the current situation here. The ballot boxes have already been opened and all the documents have been sent inside the building for the collation, as I mentioned earlier. So this is the current situation here at the Constituency Collation Center. This is GhanaWeb TV. My name is Mandy Achuma.
Welcome back. You're still watching Election Desk on GhanaWeb TV. It's our coverage of the 2024 elections, and we're getting some results from polling stations across the country. The EC just had a press conference with, the press and I beg your pardon. Some big losses, some big wins, depending on which spectacle you are wearing. There is green, there is blue, and so as and when we get the provisional results, we will update you. So log on to www.ghanaweb.com, and you have a couple of the results over there. Before we went on a break, I was telling you that the information that we have, that provisional results indicate that the Adansi Asokwa seat, which is occupied by Katie Hammond, has been snatched by the NDC, and the NDC candidate Godwin had 14,229, and then Katie Hammond had 13,275. These are the results that we are getting, and I must say that the Adansi Asokwa seat is an MPP seat, MPP stronghold. It's a seat that has been occupied. Katie Hammond has occupied the seat since 2000. So he's won 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, 16, and 2020. And so he was hoping to be retained. Now, unfortunately, the results that we are getting indicates that he has lost. So in 2000, he competed with NDC's Kwesi Amankwa. In 2004, Kwesi Amankwa, again, he defeated him. In fact, he had 69.7 at the time, and Kwesi had 25.6. In 2008, Katie Hammond versus Kwesi Amankwa again. Katie Hammond had 66%, Kwesi 66.6. Kwesi Amankwa had 30.3%. 2012, Katie Hammond versus Kwesi Amankwa again, 71.4%, has again 27.7% in 2016, again and again. And guess where? The change in candidates, helped them. Yeah. So this is what you see when you go to GhanaWeb.com, our election results page. And so far we have 11 seats for NPP and 38 for NDC. If you put your cursor on the blue or the green, any of the black colors, it will indicate the constituency and the total votes. So that's it.
So in total, there are 49. 49
we now have 53.
53. We have 53
out of the 276 constituencies. Yeah.
We are still updating, so when you log on to the website, you get it. Yes. For instance, I see other, and the other, I suppose, is the other candidates, including the independent candidates. But so far, we've had two independent candidates winning. That's A+ for Gomoa Central, and then Asante Achim, the man they call Frimpong, also snatching that seat over there. So let's get interactive on our social media pages at the GhanaWeb on X, Instagram, and GhanaWeb on Facebook. So, yeah.
But that means that so far we can confirm about 3 independents, because the second deputy speaker.
No, he went back to NPP. He's part of the 4 vacant.
So we have to, at least we can confirm now independent candidates. And hopefully there will be more independent people going into Parliament this time. Let's give you some details about some records. We know the results for the presidentials are yet to come in, but with what we know, if either of these 2 candidates from the NDC or NPP are declared winners, there are certain records that they will be breaking. I'll bring you some of those details. Let's start with the NPP, led by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And should he win this election, these are some of the records he would break. The first one is that he'll be the first Muslim president of Ghana. Now, even though we had Hillary Liman at the time, who was head of state in this country, he never publicly declared.
From the results we have seen so far from our internal collation, provisional results, it is very clear that Ghanaians have rejected 8 years of corruption, 8 years of wastage, 8 years of nepotism and cronyism, 8 years of economic mismanagement, 8 years of insensitivity and arrogance of power, 8 years of crass incompetence and ineptitude. And it is very clear that the people of this country have voted overwhelmingly for change. They have given the National Democratic Congress an emphatic, resounding, and a landslide victory. And in fact, the provisional figures we are seeing from our internal collation show that this landslide, this overwhelming, resounding victory given the NDC in both the presidential and parliamentary election is unprecedented in the history of Ghana as far as this fourth republic dispensation is concerned. That is taking out the 1992 elections won by Flight Lieutenant Jerry Joe Rawlings of blessed memory, our founder. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we want to update you because clearly we are all experiencing significant delays on the part of the Electoral Commission relative to the collation of results at the constituency level and the declaration of parliamentary results at the constituency level. And as part of our quest to promote transparency in this electoral process right from the start to the end, we deem it necessary to update the nation now on the provisional results we have so far collated as a political party. And so if you look behind me, you will see 8 screens. And on these 8 screens, you will see a summary of our collated results for the presidential election. And from the screen, if you look at the far left, my far left corner, you will see that so far, of the results that have been collated, the National Democratic Congress has garnered, even before I get there, you look at the far left corner, the bottom part, and you will see that out of the 40,976 polling stations, 40,976 polling stations, we have received results from our agents covering 38,896 polling stations. And these are results backed by pink sheets. We have pink sheets from our agents in 38,896 polling stations out of 40,976 polling stations in Ghana. The total valid votes involved in these 38,897 polling stations are 11,159,430. The total rejected ballots that we have recorded is 228,443. And if you look at the results summary between the two main contenders, the presidential candidates for the NDC and the presidential candidate for the New Patriotic Party, you can see that John Dramani Mahama has garnered, per our internally collated provisional results, 6,286,600 votes, which is equivalent to 56.33%, whilst the failed presidential aspirant of the NPP, Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia, has managed to garner a paltry 4,614,606, representing 41.35%. And let me emphasize that we have pink sheets to buttress this. And so it is very clear that the people of this country have voted for change. And this is not just a vote for change. It is an extraordinary vote for change. It is a historic event that has happened in our country. And we are grateful to the people of Ghana. What we want at this stage is for the Electoral Commission to fast-track the collation process at the constituency collation level, because we see evidence of deliberate delay on the part of some, not all, some EC officials at the collation, at the constituency collation level. And I'm going to give you further and better particulars to that effect. Now, aside this, we also have provisional results for the parliamentary elections across the length and breadth of Ghana. And the trend is not any different from the overwhelming presidential mandate that the great National Democratic Congress has been given by the people of Ghana. We have it on authority that in the Upper East region, out of the 15 constituencies, the NDC has won 15 over 15. 100%. We can also tell you on authority that in the Upper West region, out of the 11 constituencies, the NDC has won 100%, 11 over 11. We can tell you on authority that in the northern region of Ghana, based on our internally collated results, provisional, the NDC has won 11 out of the 18 constituencies. We can also tell you on authority that in the Savannah region, the home region of our presidential candidate and the president-elect of the Republic of Ghana, the NDC has won 6 out of the 7 constituencies there. I'll come back and explain to you, some concerns we have with that one constituency, Damango. Then, in the northeast region, the home region of the failed presidential candidate of the NPP, Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia, I can tell you that from our internally collated resource of provisional resource, we have won 3 out of the 6.
Ready for school?
As there is a challenge with Damango, which we are trying to rectify. For Upper West is 11/11, so I need not mention the constituencies. Upper East is 15/15, I need not mention the constituencies. I will share with you the 11 constituencies in the northern region, which we have won convincingly. And in fact, we've won, there is one seat that went to an independent candidate at Willency, and that is an NDC member. If you add that, that will be 12. But officially, what we have won, the number of seats we have won per the provisional results, we have collated internally 11 constituencies. And these 11 constituencies are Tamale North, Sagnerigu, Kumbungu, Tamale South, Mion, Sabuba, Tamale Central, Zabzugu, Tatale, Nanton, and Yendi. Of course, Willency has been won by an NDC person who ran as an independent candidate. Now in the Bunu East region, the home region of the incoming First Lady of Ghana, I can tell you on authority that out of the 11 constituencies, we have won 10 out of the 11. And the only one that we didn't win is Techiman South, but all others, so I need not mention them, we've won. I can also tell you that in the Bono region, the home region of the national chairman of the great NDC, and should I say the national communications officer, out of the 12 constituencies, the NDC has won 11/12. And we have won in constituencies that the NDC has never won since the 1992 elections. And it is unimaginable, unbelievable, incredible that even some of us struggle to believe the scale of the victory that God has graced us with and the people of this country, have given us. Then in the Ahafo region, out of the 6 constituencies, I can tell you on authority that we have won 5 out of the 6. And so if you do a brief summary of the tentative provisional results we have collated, so far, even if you take out the contentious ones, the NDC is hovering around 185 parliamentary seats out of the 276. And as you saw from the results we showed you, the presidential results, we are hovering around 56%. And for your information, in nominal terms, the difference between John Mahama and Alhaji Bawumia is over 1.5 million votes. And that number is bigger than the population of about 5 countries that I know. So we are not talking about an ordinary victory here. That is why I said this is an emphatic, resounding, overwhelming, historic, and unprecedented victory that the NDC has struck. If you take out 92, and I don't even count 92 because of all the challenges we had with that first. All right. So I'm even hearing that some of the constituencies that we had issues with, we are working on them. Techiman South, we are working, and other constituencies. I'm just talking about the ones that are not in dispute. And it is very clear that by the close of day, we would have resolved all the other ones with disputes, and this number is likely to go up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the most worrying issue for us at the moment has to do with the attitude of some criminally minded EC officials in some of the constituencies. Not all of them. Some have been very professional and they have done their work dutifully. But others are deliberately delaying the collation of resource at various constituency collation centers. That is escalating tensions and leading to violence. In some places, our supporters have been shot at. Some have been murdered. Already you know that in Tolon, a supporter of the NDC has been murdered by thugs of the NPP under the instructions of the PC for the NPP there, Habib. We had the same incident at Kaswa, Awutu Senya East constituency. One supporter murdered, another seriously injured. By the way, that gangster woman is out of parliament. She's a goner, she's lost. Hawa Kumse. And the day of accountability and reckoning is coming for her. But aside these sad events we have recorded, only last night at Mankranso would be what? Ayawaso Southwest. Ayawaso Southwest constituency, ladies and gentlemen. From the collation we did internally, we knew that we had won the constituency. But we had to go to the designated constituency collation center to go through the collation process, the official collation process with the EC. When we went there, there was a dispute about one polling station results, which our polling agents had objected to at the polling station level, which had to do with overvoting of about 3 overvoting. And our agents were of the opinion that that case of overvoting also existed in other polling stations. So, so at Mankranso, there was overvoting in connection with one polling station, and the votes involved were about 3 more. And we had cause to also believe that the results from other polling stations also had the same irregularity of overvoting. So a protest was made. Now, as we were trashing that out with the Electoral Commission, we saw some EC officials coming to the collation center with a ballot box. And so our people resisted. They took the ballot box, and when they opened, the ballot box was full of ballot papers, and all of them had been tamprinted for Alhaji Bawumia. And so they destroyed the ballot box. And so in the heat of the moment, in the midst of that pandemonium, the EC officials called the military to come in. When the military got there, the reasonable thing they ought to have done, because none of those supporters were holding any offensive weapon, and they could have simply engaged them to restore calm and order to the place. But they just got there and fired at the people. And they murdered, one person at the spot, and injured over 4 people at Mankranso. That is what has happened there.
I know. Don't worry.
All right, so that is Mankranso. Please, let me just put out this information. It is very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. I'm also receiving the final internally collated provisional results for the Techiman South constituency in Bunu East. And contrary to the earlier indication we had, it is very clear that the NDC has also won the Techiman South. So overall for Bunu East, we won 11/11. 11/11. That is the indication we have for Bunu East. So the earlier communication from the regional secretariat has been amended. I told you that there were some contentious issues over there, but they've been rectified, and we have our pink sheets, and from our pink sheets we have won. And so it is now left for the Electoral Commission to do the needful. Thank you. So the challenges we are having has to do with number 1, Mankranso. The same thing has also happened at Tepa, where from our internally collated results, we won the election. We went to the Constituency Collation Center for the collation. All pink sheets were present, were there at the center. Yet the EC official was pussyfooting, dragging her feet, refusing to commence the collation. Our people, led by the parliamentary candidate for the NDC, pressed on her to commence the collation. She still refused without giving any reason, because she had the full complement of all pink sheets. And we didn't understand why she had to delay the collation process. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our agents decided to go behind the collation center to go and urinate. And when he went, he saw that a pink sheet, which is the main EC copy, had been torn into pieces, folded, and thrown into the bush. So he took it and saw that, no, this is the EC's copy for a particular polling station. Why has it been destroyed and thrown into the bush? So he brought it in, and it led to some, exchanges, verbal exchanges between our people and them, because clearly this was an EC official who wanted to create the grounds for the delay in the collation by destroying a pink sheet from a polling station. So we protested, and our people decided that once they have done that, we are not going to allow any EC official to come to the collation center with any new pink sheets, because that is their game plan. They have a lot of ballot papers, and by the way, this is the only election in the history of Ghana since '92 that we have seen printed ballot papers and pink sheets flying all over. We've never seen this in the history of Ghana. So they have it in ballot boxes with seals from the Electoral Commission, ready for ballot box swapping, pink sheet swapping, and so on. But thanks to the vigilance of our polling station agents, observers, and supporters, we have been able to block this evil plot of the NPP. And so, because our supporters decided to prevent EC officials from going to the collation center with new pink sheets, to take place. So that is what is happening in Ashanti region. In Wenchi, I don't know the situation now, but before I came to address you, the brief we had was that everything is ready. The results, all the pink sheets are ready. The EC official responsible for the collation is dragging her feet, refusing to do the collation. And that is escalating tensions in the area. If you go to, even here in Greater Accra, I spoke about Ayawaso Central, which has now been declared, we thank God. But Okaikwe Central and Tema Central, there are serious security issues because of these deliberate, this deliberate delay of collation in certain critical constituencies that the NPP believes the NDC has won. And in most of the constituencies, the NPP agents are nowhere to be found. For example, in some of the Bono constituencies we have won, they are nowhere to be found to sign the results as collated. And EC officials are saying we are waiting for them. We want to tell the Electoral Commission that if the NPP will not come and sign, declare the results. It is not by force that polling agents sign. If they are not there to sign, at the end of collation, declare the results. And spare the nation the tension you have plunged us into. And Alhaji Bawumia, for God's sake, you are an Alhaji. You call yourself Dr. Digital. So I'm sure that by now, through your many digital applications, you have collated your results. You know you have lost. Please, call your senior brother, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, concede defeat and congratulate him. And save this nation the unnecessary tension that you and your goons have plunged us into. Enough of the killings. Enough of the violence. Ours is a democracy governed by the rule of law. The will of the people expressed at the polls is supreme and must stand. Be a Democrat and respect the will of the people. Leading figures of your party have already considered defeat. Richard Anyagba has considered defeat. Even the defectees from the NDC who came to support your cause have considered defeat, like Alote Jacobs. All of them. What are you waiting for? Ghana is the only country we have. So please, do the needful. Concede defeat and call your supporters to order. And IGP Dampare will continue to commend you and the Election Security Task Force for the yeoman's job you have done. But your job is not done because we are nowhere near the conclusion of the electoral process. Your work is being undermined by certain elements in the New Patriotic Party and their collaborators in the military. What we are seeing at constituency collation centers is not what the IGP promised us, and it is not what the CDS promised us. And we know that they are not a party to what is happening. But only they can stop the nonsense going on. And they have to put their foot down. They have a choice to make. You choose between the MPP and the Constitution of Ghana. Choose between the outgoing government and the supreme sovereign people of Ghana. Your fidelity is to the Constitution of Ghana and not the MPP. They have lost. Nothing can save them. They can't kill all the people in Ghana. There is no way you can overturn this result through violence. There is no way. So, if they will not do the needful by conceding defeat, we want you to put your foot down and stop the nefarious activities of these MPP thugs who have been clothed in military uniforms. And in some cases, real military men who have been given directives to go to constituency collation centers, scatter the place, shoot at people and all that. Human lives matter. Nobody is supposed to lose their life because of an election. We are appalled and disgusted by what is going on. The NDC has lost elections before, even when we were in power in 2016. We handed over power peacefully. Nobody died. Nobody was murdered. Even under Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, who was a soldier in 2000 when we lost power, not a single Ghanaian lost his life. In 2008, under J.A. Kufuor, an MPP president, the MPP lost power. There was a peaceful transition of power. Nobody died. In 2016, nobody died under John Mahama. Why is it that only you, in 2020, you killed 8 people? That blood is not enough for you. And you are still killing people. As we speak, you've killed over 4 people in this election. How many more do you want to kill? How many innocent civilians do you want to injure and hurt? You have lost. It's as simple as that. Your Sisifia campaign, attention. It's as simple as that. And it is time to to pack your things and leave the Jubilee House. And we want to tell the Electoral Commission, Madam G. Mensah, the peace and stability of Ghana now depends on you. You are the returning officer for the ongoing presidential election. Your officers are deliberately delaying the collation process in some constituencies and in some regions. Please, Madam, do the needful. Direct them to fast-track the process. Where they have the full complement of pink sheets, there is no legitimate reason why they should delay the process. There is no legitimate reasons. In some regions, like Greater Accra, I mean, the declared results are not even more than 5. Meanwhile, the results are ready. What are you waiting for? And the situation is not any different in most of the regions. And so please, we call on the media, the Peace Council, the chiefs, the pastors, to call the EC to order. This is the time for them to intervene. The NDC has remained law-abiding and peaceful. We've acted responsibly against serious provocation from the NPP. Our people have been murdered, beaten to pulp, attacked, yet we have exercised restraint. But we will not sit aloof for EC officials to deliberately delay the electoral process in cahoots with the NPP for the sole purpose of giving room to thugs of the NPP to manipulate the results, at least at the parliamentary level. We will not allow that. So they must fast-track the process. In constituencies where there are no disputes over polling stations, they must fast-track the process. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much for your attention. And let me quickly do a brief, and I'll be very brief. Let me do a brief summary in P of the presentation I just did. Abusuanfo.
going to our Uber, and we saw an Uber open, and in the trunk of the Uber, it had ballot boxes. The boxes filled with papers, and we asked them, "Why are you coming this late?" Because it was 10:48 p.m. And they said that they didn't answer us, and they said, "Why are we causing a commotion?" And we said, "We are not causing a commotion, but where are you coming from?" A gentleman said, "We are coming from Tema Central," and we said Tema, and another lady said, "We are coming from airport." And we said, "Why is there no police guy following you guys?" And they said, they don't know why. Why is there no security? We don't know why. And we said, "We are following you." We followed them, we came here. No policeman. And the youth took the ballot boxes and opened them and threw them away. So over here, we are not supporting rigging of the election. We are being patriotic, and we stand for democracy.
What is happening now is that the police station brought their ballot. That's their ballot boxes. That's like 2 hours ago and all that. Then about 20 minutes, people realized that there was a ballot that was being brought to be added to the ones that have been assembled. And that is where you realize that people question where the ballot was coming from. And they open it and they realize that there were some of the ballot sheets that were not signed. They came with unsigned, but of course they were tampering. So then the people here got agitated and they seized the ballot, the whole box, and they just threw it in there. So you can see all the ballot papers all around, because the people here are saying that this is foreign, and if these ballot papers found themselves into the ballot boxes, they are going to be foreign. They can probably invalidate the votes that they have already voted for, and it will be counted maybe, I don't know, the next hour or so. So that is what is happening, because nobody knows where that ballot box came from, and as to whether it is an original or is original or it is a good one. Why is it that it's coming right now? And even if it's coming right now, why the delay? So that's all that is happening. The thing just came. The ballot boxes have been here 2 hours ago, and this one just came in. And so when people realized that, then they got agitated and they said, "No, this cannot be counted. It is foreign," and they just threw it away. And like I said, you can see that this ballot paper like this, it's unsigned, it's unstamped, right? All ballot paper is supposed to be stamped. It's unstamped, and many of them are unstamped. So it means this ballot sheet is foreign. So that's basically what is happening here. I mean, somebody saw that somebody was trying to bring a ballot box and add to the ones that are already counted and that have been mounted there. As to who brought it, you can't tell. But it looks, I mean, if you look at it, it really suggests that this is foreign, because it's supposed to be stamped. Yeah, so that's all that is happening here.
I am saying it as it is. Those people that came, yes, we first saw convoy, police. We first saw police. We don't know whether they escorted them, and there were no any signs that they came with them. Because of that, I'm not going to drag any police personnel into this, because I've been issued this election. I will appreciate the work of the police service, because they have. I was waiting for them. Yes.
Did you get any hint that they were bringing something like that?
Over 3 months ago.
How did you know they were coming for you?
Very good. I am one of you. I have been working as a freelance journalist for over 4 or 5 years now. I completed at 2018. That is when I became a journalist. But I've decided not to go out.
Did you pick any intelligence for you to wait for them?
No, I didn't. Because we are our own intelligence. These elections that we entered, we the NDs, no, we the people of this country, we were ready. We were our own media men. We were our own intelligence. We were our own policemen. We were our own military men in here. Our fathers have trained us. They've run away.
We never go accept anything.
Do you know something? When the issue came, I didn't want to start anything to create like any because yes. So what I did was I rushed there. When I saw the convoy, I became alert because I'm in a group. For security reasons, I'm not going to discover that group. They put in all the strategies these people are going to use, including the light. I'm telling you people that the light out that we've been experiencing for the past 3 months, and your power shortage, and your for this issue, very good. What I want to say is, those people that brought the thing in, there are more boxes. Take this from me. Nana Yaho for ransom.
How many boxes did you see?
One for now. But I am expecting not less than 9 boxes. Yes, late boxes. I'm expecting not less than 9. And because that is the information I've gotten.
From where?
I will not. Wherever the boxes are coming from, Nana Yaho, I can't tell. But I know they will be coming. And one has already come. And this one, the funny aspect of this one is we have more NDC votes in it.
The way you've not checked.
No, come again.
You've not checked all. I've seen some with NDC votes.
Most, because we started the vandalization. Are you getting me? We've seen more of NDC. This is what they were going to do. They are going to use this box to check and test the tension of the people at the entrance. One, if they are able to pass through and get inside, if any is able to enter, then the NDC agent over there will accept it. Why? Because it has more NDC votes. This is when NDC have committed. Now they are going to bring in the other boxes which has more NPP votes already. Don't forget you have committed yourself by allowing one to enter. So can you reject the other ones? You cannot reject them because we have closed polls for over 5-6 hours now. My brother, you are now bringing your ballot box and your pin sheets. Why? Why was the voting done at Takrady? Even with police escort, if it was done at Takrady, by now it was supposed to be here a long time. Are you getting me? So this is why we are not going to accept it. I'm Nana Yaho for ransom. The people of Ghana destroyed it. The people of Ayawaso West Wogon destroyed it. No, we did not stop the car. They got as far to the main entrance where they've made the barricades, the barriers. They got there, and do you know the funny aspect? They were not even going through it. They were going over it. Are you kidding me? You are not going through the gate. It is only a thief that cometh through the top of the wall. It is only a thief that cometh into a house without passing through the gate. It is only a thief who has bad and evil intention that will enter into a room without using the correct access point. If they are thieves, we are born thieves. I had the information over 3 months ago. That is why I was even the first to detect.
I'm saying that we are at the collation center. And look at where the ballot boxes are. Excuse me, I beg, give them the way. Look at where the ballot boxes are. The ballot, see, come. Look at where the ballot boxes are. The ballot boxes are supposed to be inside. You understand? But they kept the ballot boxes here. It is not done. It is not done. So right now,
I don't know what we need to do. So if you know you are an NDC member, just surround the ballot boxes. Surround
We are
it.
surrounding the business school.
You understand? Because the ballot boxes are supposed to be inside. There's no one inside. See, there's a big space. Come and look at
The police are just.
there are spaces here that the ballot boxes should be inside. And this is the collation center. So what are the ballot boxes doing outside with no security? What kind of country are we living in?
Is this Ghana?
See, MPP, the country is not for MPP, okay? We are sick and tired of all this bullshit. You understand? Ghanaians are not fools. They have made us learn sense. Do you understand? So right now we voted against you people. Leave. Why should you bring empty ballot papers and without no security and without no stamp?
My brother, make it very clear. The police are also not helping. The police are not.
No, even see. You can even see for you. Just look at the thing. Look at what is going on.
I will say it on the camera. I don't give a damn. They are not helping.
You see, my problem is the ballot boxes are outside.
They are not helping.
Why should it be outside?
I'll be bold and say it on the camera. They are not helping. If I live there,
This is a collation center.
They should arrest me.
But the ballot boxes are outside. Meanwhile, it should be inside. No, right now we can't say anything because our head, they are having a meeting. That's what I heard. So right now we are waiting for them. Anything that they say, we will head to it. Straight. Yes. But do you know something? Now, if they want to, I just don't want to say anything. Yeah.
They should stop. Exactly. They verified everything and they saw that they were rigging the he just came here. He said, he was just sitting here. When they brought the ballot paper, he was like, everybody should go out, they should allow everything to come in. Now they've found out that they were trying to rig the papers in. And he just started that everybody should leave him alone. It's not part of anything. They should leave him alone. And he was sitting here. Everything. Look at them.
Okay, give me a first time voter who has not been voting before but above the age. Yes, people of 18, 19 that are voting for the first time used to feel very excited about voting. Party agents are here.
They're all here representing them.
Okay, the one here. Let me finish. How are you? You're in charge of this unit? Yes, sir. No issues here? No problem. Which we make ready, what are you? No, you must be the presiding officer. The presiding officer. How are you? You're doing well for us, huh? Yes. Do you have some issues? Do you have some problems? In terms of your material, in terms of the voters?
Our machine, it's a bit, the verification machine, but
coverage of the 2024 general elections is the day after polls closed, and so the results are coming in fast and from across the country. We are yet to actually get presidential results, but the EC has also not given us any numbers per se, but we know that for a number of parliamentary seats, we brought you some of the big losses and some of the major wins earlier before we went on that break. But this time I want to give you some details. What could happen if either of the two leading contenders in the presidential race become president? I'm referring to the candidates John Dramani Mahama of the National Democratic Congress and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia of the New Patriotic Party. Now, either of them, if they win the elections, there are some records that they will be breaking. Let's start with Dr. Bawumia of the MPP. These are the records he will break. First of all, if he wins the election or is declared the president-elect for the next 4 years. The first one is that he will be the first Muslim president of Ghana. And even though we've had Hilal Liman as head of state before in this country, he never publicly declared that he was a Muslim. So that's what will happen. He will be the first Muslim president of Ghana, should he be declared president of Ghana. And then the second one is that he will be the first vice president from the MPP to rise to the presidency. So it will be the first time anyone on the ticket of the MPP as a vice president is being able to run as president while in office and wins. That will be his record should he become president. And he'll also be the first northerner to lead the MPP into a presidential election win. So if Bawumia is declared president, he'll be the first northerner of the MPP leading them to the presidency. Also, should Bawumia be declared winner of these elections, he will be the first Muslim to lead any of the two dominant political parties of the Fourth Republic. Remember that the NDC has never had a Muslim flag bearer or presidential candidate. They've never had that. And so for the two leading political parties in the country, the NDC and MPP, Dr. Bawumia, should he be declared winner of these elections, will be the first Muslim to lead either of the two political parties in the Fourth Republic. That's from 1992. Now, the next one is that he'll be the first NPP presidential candidate to win an election on his first attempt. So we've had John Ajekun Kufuor try before. He was first on the ballot in 1996. He came in the second time in 2001. That was with, he went with Atamils at the time and won. Then in 2008, Akufo-Addo came onto the scene for the first time, also tried. It was only until his third time that he became president. That was in 2016. And so if you look at the records, Bawumia will be causing a first. I mean, should he win this election as the first presidential candidate of the MPP to try for the first time and win the elections. That should he be declared winner of the elections. Now, the other one is that he'll be the first person to break the 8-year jinx for a political party. I mean, because the MPP is trying to break the 8. What that means is that they want to be the first political party to be able to stay in power for 12 years consecutively. So that means 3 terms in a row. So first 4 years, second 4 years, which